Howdy folks, and welcome back to another weekly tech tip. This week, as you can see here, I am now a certified Generative AI for Educator graduate. We are going to look at, is a little different. It's not an app, but it's actually an online course that I think is really valuable for everyone to take, especially if you've been watching my videos, you know that I'm a big fan of Generative AI. I've been kind of pushing these apps and tools, and this is a great breakdown. It's labeled as a 2-hour course, but you can do it an hour and a half to an hour depending on how fast you move. And it really breaks down what AI is, what you have to be aware of. But then it really shows you the prompting, which is a really great part of it. It really breaks down like this is how you make good materials. So if you've only used it a bit, even if you're using it a lot, it's a great course to kind of look at and see how you can improve what your prompts are, how you work with AI to become more productive. So you can find it. I will link it below the video. If you just Google Generative AI for Educators, there are the courses right there, but I'll link it below. So when you log in, just log in with your GNSPES or your Google email, and it brings you here. So in this course, you'll learn about Generative AI, etc., etc. By the end of the course, you'll be able to identify ways to Generative AI can assist you in your professional practice. The nice thing about this entire course is it's made for teachers. So it's not something that's made for business and then you have to figure out how you can use it. It's all about teachers. You do a pre-survey just to get an idea of where you're at with it. And then an introduction, explore the course overview, investigate the potential of AI in practice. Then we look at responsible use. So that's looking at bias and all those important things to keep in mind, and hallucinations, all these things that you need to be aware of when using AI, so that you're using it responsibly. And then we get into strategies for effective results, how to write the prompts, how to refine your prompts. And this all works with like any generative chat AI, so like ChatGPT, but it's focusing on using Gemini because that's Google's large language model. I have found that Gemini is really great. The paid version does a lot of things. If you watch another video that ChatGPT free can't do, like search the web, generate images. It's a great tool to use. So it's going to suggest you use that one, but you can use any large language model you want to practice this out. Then it gets you to do some bringing it into practice, how you can incorporate it to like save time on everyday tasks, differentiate instruction to meet student needs, develop your own instructional resources using tools, enhance lessons and activities in creative ways. I've been playing around a lot lately in generating lesson plans and ideas. And the really nice thing about this AI is that it gives you ideas that you never thought about. So you can say like, give me 10 activities for these. Maybe you only use 2 of them. It takes you 2 seconds to generate them, and they're ideas that you may not have had on your own, or sometimes you just can't think of everything. And then it gets into plan your next steps, and there's a little assessment you can do if you want a fancy certificate like myself. So I'm not going to spend too long on this. There are a couple tools within this that I can link below the video as well. The first one is the responsibility checklist. So these are a couple PDFs that are very helpful just to have on hand. So like review AI outputs, disclose your use of AI, consider the privacy and security implications. Like the big one, don't put any student personal information, names, work, anything like that into AI, and use it thoughtfully. But it has this nice breakdown of how to write a prompt. So your persona, identify your role, state your objective, recipient, specify the audience, theme, describe the style and tone, structure, note, and desired format for the output. So it's really good at training you because what you generate is only as good as your prompt. So they're really trying to make it easy for educators to use this tool to quickly generate resources or ideas or differentiate tasks for students. And then the last one, really great. It's an 18-page document, and it's the prompt library. So what it is a copy and paste, fill in the blank style prompts depending on what you're trying to create. Create a lesson plan from scratch. I am a blank, enter your role. Based on the following information, write a lesson plan that will help my students achieve the desired learning outcomes. So subject, enter your subject. Grade level, enter your grade level. Learning objectives, enter the learning objectives. So those could be just outcomes copied from curriculum documents, or if you have specific outcome or like learning objectives you want. Time limit, enter the duration of the lesson. So you can say 1 60-minute period, 2 75-minute periods, etc. Prior knowledge. So say what the kids should already know. Materials. Or you can kind of condense it. Say like, this is my role, blah, blah, blah. Just do a couple sentences. A nice thing too is that like you don't necessarily have to enter in all the materials, but if you already have something set and you know what the materials are required, if you give it to the AI, that really helps it come up with an idea. So enhancing lesson plans, where you like give a little preamble about your role and your audience and blah, blah, blah. Put in, like copy and paste in like the text of your lesson plan, and then ask it for extension activities, differentiation opportunities, anything like that. Generating slideshows, differentiation. So this is a really great document, especially if you're starting out, around making assessments, how to use it for communication, creative enhancements, and it gives you the templates to quickly use their tools. And these can be used in Gemini or ChatGPT or Meta if you're using that. So it's a really neat course. I can click on a section, and like this is kind of what the course looks like. So it has images you click on. It talks about, like, this one's about lesson planning, anatomy of a prompt, and that's the parts system that they go with: persona, aim, recipient, theme, structure. So the whole time it's going to have you to have like your chat tool on one side and this on the other. So like Gemini, and you're going to practice as you go through, and you can see the stuff you can create with it. So it's a really great course, and I highly recommend you check it out, even if you're a seasoned pro, and it's always fun to earn another certificate. All right, that's it for me. Catch you in the next one.